John Johnson, breaking news. The Compromise of 1850 has passed Congress. Along with it, California has become a free state, and there are stronger fugitive slave laws in the North. But does this help reconcile the North and South's differences? With more, here's Tim Narkis.
Thanks. Now, the most important part of the Compromise of 1850 is the fugitive slave law. Quote, Article 4, Section 2 of the Constitution authorized the return of fugitive slaves and provided procedures for recovery. Now, what we have here is a confused white girl. Now, why are you confused?
They took one of my black friends.
There you go, folks. The fugitive slave law in action. Now, the conflict behind this is that the North dislikes the fugitive slave law because, quote, this led abolitionists to seize upon the idea of not enforcing federal statutes. The other side of this is that the South really does like this because they were receiving runaway slaves and even receiving new slaves. And now back to you, Jonah. But first, a very important message from ABC 7. Hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they kidnapping everybody up in here.
This just in. The Missouri Compromise has been repealed, the Louisiana Purchase has been split into 2 territories, and slavery is now in the hands of popular sovereignty. With more on this, we go to Tim.
Thanks, Jonah. Indeed, the Kansas-Nebraska Act has been passed, and the significance will be that popular sovereignty will be used to resolve the issue of slavery. The reaction across the country is confusion and mass outrage. Quote, neither party desires peace under the present auspices. The Missourians do not desire it until they see that it involves the speedy introduction of slavery, unquote. People from all over the North and South are speeding to Kansas to vote for their respective sides. Or they're staying away from it because of the legislative and military violence regarding the territorial vote on slavery.
Thanks, Tim. And now, more breaking news. Fraudulent voting has been reported in Kansas, and it is believed to be because of the butting of heads between people who believe in slavery and those who don't. In other news, the Dred Scott versus Stanford case has been concluded. The case involved a slave couple by the name of Dred and Harriet Scott, who sued their slave owner for their slavery. With more, we go to Devin. Gora.
So we're here today at the site of the Supreme Court Dred Scott decision. Dred Scott and his wife were not granted their freedom. Chief Justice Roger Taney said, quote, Dred Scott was not a citizen of Missouri within the meaning of the Constitution of the United States and not entitled as such to sue in its courts, unquote. They also noted, quote, they had for more than a century before been regarded as beings of an inferior order and altogether unfit to associate with the white race. Obviously, the South likes it for its pro-slavery leanings, and the North opposes it for the same reason. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We have a developing story. What is now being called John Brown's raid has come to an end. John Brown, who is financially and morally troubled, decided to raid Harper's Ferry, Virginia, which was the home of Union stockpiled weapons. John Brown was hoping to create a slave revolt in the South here. With more information on scene, here is Devin Gora in Harper's Ferry, Virginia.
Thanks, Jake. We're here in Harper's Ferry, Virginia, where John Brown's raid took place. The raid claimed the lives of 10 people, including John Brown's 2 sons. John Brown started the raid with the intention of creating a slave revolt, but things fell apart. In any case, John Brown has been quoted as saying, I desire to have done the same thing again on a much larger scale. He also stated in court that, it is unjust that I should suffer such a penalty. The North and South both took this badly and further raised the military tensions. Back to you, Jake.
Good evening, this is Jake DeForrest. John Johnson is off tonight. This just in, Harriet Beecher Stowe's Uncle Tom's Cabin now hit the shelves. It's a story pertaining to the treatment of slaves in the South to the North's Enlightenment. For more information, here is Tim Narkis in ABC 7's Book Corner.
Thanks, Jake. Welcome to Book Corner. I'm Tim. Today we're going to be discussing Uncle Tom's Cabin, written by Harriet Beecher Stowe. And we have a surprise for you. In studio today for an interview, we have Harriet herself. Say hello, Harriet.
Hi.
Now, your book has sold millions of copies so far. And if it's okay, I would like to read an excerpt. Is that okay?
Yes.
Alright. So now, this is in the story, and the master is talking to Uncle Tom. Quote, ain't I your master? Didn't I pay down $1,200 cash for all there is inside your old cussed black shell? Ain't your mind now body and soul? End quote. Now that shows the oppression that slaves had to deal with. And the thing that sets this book apart is
Tom's response. Start quote, "No, no, no, my soul ain't yours, masser. You haven't bought it, you can't buy it." End quote. Now, if I understand correctly, this book has created quite the controversy between the North and South. Is that right, Harriet?
Yes, it has.
Now, for you viewers at home who don't know what's going on with it, the Northerners were given a first-hand look about the effects of slavery via this book. The South, on the other hand, is not a huge fan of it, as they think it is propaganda and untrue.
Good evening, this is Jake DeForrest. Jonah is sick today. No. Good evening, this is Jake DeForrest. John Johnson is out today. He's hiking the Appalachian Trail. Breaking news. Harriet Beecher Stowe's Uncle Tom's Cabin has now been published. It's an excellent book. This is harder than it looks. Good evening, this is Jake DeForrest. John Johnson is out on the Appalachian Trail today, and he can't make the news. Damn it! Hi, this is Jake DeForrest. Jonah Zimmermann is out tonight. Damn it, your name is John Johnson. The case involved Dredd and Harriet Scott suing for their freedom from the free North. That didn't make sense. Damn. Lord. That was rough. With more information on the... I missed something. The case involving Dredd and Harriet Scott suing for their freedom has been denied. Damn. God, good lord.
See, what
Anyone else want to try? Good evening. We have a developing story. John Brown's raid is... I don't know what it just did.
What?
Did it just occur?
In other news, the Missouri Compromise has been... This just in. The Missouri Compromise has been repealed. The Louisiana Purchase has been split. This just in. The Dred Scott versus Stanford case has been concluded.
They also noted, quote, "They had for more than a century before been regarded as beings of an inferior order and altogether unfit to associate with the white race. Obvious, damn you. I can't say that."
Oh, good lord, I pressed it like 5 minutes ago.
They also noted, quote, "They had for more than a century before regarded as beings of an inferior order and...
No! In studio today, we have the author, Harriet Beecher Stowe. Why don't you say hello, Harriet?
I'm sorry.
And hello to you, too. Thanks, Jake. My name's Tim. Welcome to Book Corner. Today we're going to be Thanks, Jake. My name's Tim. Welcome to Book Corner. Today we're going to be Oh my god! Thanks, Jake. Welcome to Book Corner. I'm Tim. Today we're going to be talking about Harriet Beecher Stowe. Why can't